everybody. Yeah. And welcome. 1 second. As per usual. Microphone. 1, 2. Hello? Okay, we're gonna try this again real quick. Okay. But that's so weird. Okay, so there's something going on real explodey in the settings right now. Cause yeah, that's weird. I'm gonna have to go no headphones and go off the chat. Cause yeah, some weird settings going on inside of Streamlabs. So anyway, apologies for the delay. My name is Myles Travitz and welcome to some live stream songwriting. I'm going to be starting out doing the usual of some warm-ups and go from there, and fun, chaos, or weirdness ensues. It's songwriting. So, as any good YouTuber, be sure if you enjoy what I'm doing here to give it a like, a comment, and maybe even consider subscribing. But now that I've gotten that out of the way, let's move on to what you actually came for, which is some writing. Very exciting. And I'll move that out of the way. Cool. Yeah. And in order to do that, we'll start out with some object writing. And actually, I'm on the very last 2 pages. Interesting. So you're going to be seeing me go from book 3 to my already prepared book 4, which I will be able to date. Oh, that's good to see that you were writing with me there, Alan. That's very cool. So, I'm going to be doing some object writing, as I have been doing in the past. Object writing. Great. And, oh, can't forget the date, of which is the 10th. February 10th, 21. While I'm working on writing this out and getting it ready and stuff, of which I guess you could also see homework of things and whatnot on the other page. Whoops! We're gonna go ahead and start out with coming up with the first prompt. So yeah, I mean, it is called the Everything Book, so everything does end up in there. And in order to come up with some words to write about, we're going to go to our handy dandy random word generator. And I know there's already some words over here, but they came up on the page, so I'm just going to generate some new ones. Let's see. I like your idea for snow. Let's save that for the 10-minute one. Let's do... I'm just going to keep going. Here, I'm going to do 3 more, and I'm going to pick one from there. It's a Rachel! Hi, Rachel! You're going to see me doing some object writing and whatnot, which leads into... It leads into songwriting and the such. Let's... Let's go with tent for the 5-minute prompt. And so we'll move back to over here. Actually, I'll get a little bit more light on this situation. I appreciate you nonetheless, Rachel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Go ahead and do 5 minutes on the clock. So I'm gonna set that and object writing for 10 in 3, 2, 1, go. it's a Mullen. Hey, Mullen. I hope you're doing well. Love your face. Yeah, hopefully you get to relax some, because I know you've been crazy busy lately. And that is time. Oh boy, I think I'm gonna be finishing the end of this notebook a bit earlier than I thought I would. So yeah, but anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and read out what I wrote for the 5-minute prompt, which was tent. So, the sun forced its way through the green, sleepy fabric, demanding attention. The chilly autumn air bit at the woman's sleeping bag. Not wanting to leave the warm embrace of her cocoon, the woman fished her spare clothes from the bottom of the sleeping bag to change. From the outside, it would have looked like a fabric monster dance. It would have looked like a fabric monster dancing ritual. Stumbling out of the tent, she grabbed her canteen and eagerly poured. And that's as far as I got. Oh, you wrote about a father-daughter camping trip that went wrong. Oh, wow. That would be an interesting one for sure. You'll have to send it to me later. Or just take a picture. Whatever, really. Okay. So here's the thing. If I filled up one page and some change with the 5-minute, there's no way that I'm gonna there's no way that that's gonna cover the 10-minute and the 90-second. So I'm gonna be, man, not many people have seen me finish a notebook. So here we are. So 2, 10, 21. And the reason well, depending on how much I do, I can go through them in a month. I could go through them in 6 months. It really depends on the notebook. But yeah, everything book 3 gets set aside for everything book 4, which also starts on the 10th. But anyway, oh man, I haven't even numbered the pages for this one yet. You're getting a real inside scoop here. So with my notebooks, just because I'm ADD as all get out, and you need a little bit of organized chaos in my life, I have a natural tendency to index. So like that. Anyway, back to the writing. I didn't realize I am a dingus. I guess we were going lined. Random fact, for my everything books, and I promise we'll hop back in, I have a natural tendency to favor, at least for this specific way I use this notebook, I don't use lines. I must have accidentally grabbed the wrong one. Oops! So, add a little bit more structure into it. So yeah, live stream. Hello, brain. Where did you go? Live stream object array. 2, 10, 21. All right. If I'm not mistaken, your handwriting would be terrible without lines. Yeah, I mean, mine will go all over the place sometimes, but the more that you write without lines, the more organized it tends to get. And I only use it with this specific book. I mean, obviously not this one because I messed up, but specifically for my everything books, just as a way to treat it like a whiteboard and encourage it as a blank slate to give myself permission to do anything with. I mean, you could do that with lined books as well. Just a visual permission. But anyway, Alan suggested snow. If I'm not mistaken, am I correct in that regard, my good sir? Was it snow? Double check the comments. Yes, it was. So, for the 10-minute prompt, it will be snow. Oh no, it's snow. So 10 minutes is written there, but it is not on the clock yet. I swear, like, I get super focused on this, and Like when you get super locked in, it's like you completely forget that it's there. So when it goes off, you get real jumpy, like, or at least I do. So here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Boop. There we go. Oh, thank you for letting people know, Alan. For anybody tuning in at any point, I'm doing warm-ups in order to do more songwriting that's going to be coming up, which is why you're hearing me be quiet, because believe it or not, it is difficult to write train of thought and interact with people at the same time. So I apologize, but once I finish, I will be sure to be much more social. what I just did there is these pens I hand fill with ink, and I have to twist it to make sure that more ink goes down. So I was just adding a little bit more. God, every time. Every time. It's so jumpy. Why am I so jumpy? Okay. So, for a 10-minute one for snow, I wrote, when winter knocks on the door of North Carolina, it's always incredibly giving to the mountains with snow. When it comes to the plains and ocean, it's a toss-up every time. Children cross their fingers, hoping for snow to arrive and escape class for a day or two. The silence of nature when the flakes lazily float to the surface. Starting by blanketing rooftops, trees, and grass first, but takes its time with the streets. For whatever reason, adults fight with snow and are always prepared with salt on the roads and winding highways. It's to be safe, of course, but deep down, they want the snow just as much. Kids get older, but that doesn't mean you have to grow up. If you win the lottery with snow in North Carolina, it's time to celebrate with your riches in the best way possible. Angels grow from children on the ground while snow people roll. And that's as far as I was able to get. I know snow day, they're fighting about if snow days are still a thing anymore. This is harkening back, and I have a natural tendency to rose-tinted glasses a little bit in my in my object writing. But yeah, you wrote a dystopian like story about snow. It was something I that is a very interesting one. Dystopian snow, like in a winter apocalypse. Let's see. And I'm gonna go ahead and make a 90-second prompt, and for that we will go back to Inception. Hold on, a random word generator. There we go. Oh, like what would happen if it never snowed again? Global climate change sort of thing. Gotcha. I'll turn myself up just a touch. Just a wee bit. Go for we're gonna do robot. So probably help if you saw what I was doing. So go back over here. Reset the clock. All right, 90 seconds on the clock, and here we go. And that's time. See it? Oh yeah, you'll have to write your haiku in the chat so I can read it. For my 90 seconds for robot, I wrote the whirring of servos powered metal to swing a crushing right hook of the bipedal battle bot onto the ropes of the ring. The storm of the crowds cheering, even though I wrote crow. Crow. I will edit that because that is what I meant. But that is the warm-up right. Damn. And Alan wrote, "A robot I am. Heartbroken and left alone. My circuits are gone." Is it a 575? Heartbroken and left. Yeah, that's a 575. You good? So yeah. And yeah, so with that, that concludes our warm-up. So what I'm going to do is take a quick 5-minute break, and then after that we will hop into some developments from the last one, which I know had a little bit of had messed up audio, and I apologize for that. I'll show you what I got going on over here, and play you that, and then get into some songwriting. So I will catch you back here in 5 minutes. Be right back. And welcome back. Okay, so before we get started on the songwriting, I'm going to be playing for you what I came up with last week, which I'm pretty proud of and haven't figured out if it needs anything else, but we'll see. But in the meantime, I'll go and grab my guitar and we're gonna get a little intimate here for a second while I get myself situated. Cut the music. Microphone check. Here we go. Am I just a dingus? There we go. Yep, I'm just a dingus. Okay. Thank you, sir. Okay. Yeah, I'm just a dingus. And the funny thing is for my oh man. So in order to make the stream run smooth, I have my gaming computer, which runs the stream. And in order to make everything be happy, I have everything run to that. I'm much more familiar with the Mac ecosystem versus the Windows ecosystem, and it's just a lot of bouncing back and forth. But anyway, I digress. From last week, I've written a song, or if not a song, most of a song, which is currently titled Rainbow Leaves. And so, yeah, I'm going to be playing that for you before getting into songwriting. So here is Rainbow Leaves, and because I can't seem to put down my own stuff. Believe it or not, it's a lot for one person to do. I digress. Here we go. Rainbow Leaves. The years are short, the days are long. Autumn came and now it's gone, and all that's left are rainbow leaves to toss up high and play make-believe. My watch is always just ahead, behind but can't relax. 'Cause time is what I can't buy back. La 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 la. It's both a blessing and a curse to not outlive my written verse. Nonetheless, I'd like to stay and see another autumn day. La 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 So yeah, that is Rainbow Leaves. That was created from last week's stream. So yeah, fun stuff. Fun stuff. And I can only hope to write more things. So yeah. So in order to do that, let us get top down back. And yeah, figure out some stuff to write about. And it would probably help if I put the music back on. Here we go. Yay! Music's back. Just to double check. Cool. Yeah. Okay. Give me a ballad, give me something. Not based on childhood wonder, I'm feeling something a kid, explorer of Japan or Lady of Ireland. Those are very narrative heavy, my friend. Those two songs in particular, at least. Let's see. Now, one thing that I could always do is pull up my plethora of prompts or titles and just go from there. At the moment, I'm just kind of scrolling through previous writing prompts that I've seen in the past. You have You have Lumineer stuck in your head? Well, the reason being, unintentionally, that melody, for Rainbow Leaves is, it's not exact, but it's in the neighborhood of like, I was Cleopatra, I was young and an actress, with the years are short, the days are long. Like, it's in that like sing-songy, like waves up and down sort of verse lines. So it gives it that vibe, and yeah, unintentional, but you can definitely hear my influences for sure. I will actually open up my Songwriting catalog, because as opposed to last time where I had some prepared stuff, this time we're starting at the ground floor, baby. Ground floor of an idea. And that is totally okay. I'm gonna scroll down real far. You know what? I'm gonna let you in on some little inside baseball here, and show you. I have an entire just, and this is one tab out of a number of them. Let's see here. Bird talk. Hawk talk. Hawk talk is a reference to a Dungeons and Dragons campaign I'm in, because hi, it me. I'm nerdy. But let's see. Pick the 15th one. That would. I've used that one before. Yeah, I'm just gonna write down a few from in here in my notebook, but you get the gist of it. So I'm gonna live stream songwriting. Oh, Al, I'm glad to see that you are on point today. Livestream song. Okay. Title. Breath. So I'm gonna write down 5 to 10 titles and then go from there and just pick one. a natural tendency to write short titles, so let's also grab a... You know what? Let's do one more. Just for you, Alan. The one in the Excel sheet for space 69 is right on time. So, ones that I've parsed out for this evening are to mess around with potentially. Double nights is Never Saw You Coming, Catch My Breath, Finish Line, What I Hear, Glass Flowers, Back Then, Tea Bags and Coffee Grounds, Right on Time. Out of sheer curiosity, do any of those pique your interest? I'll give it a shot. See what happens. Mess around with the right. So, with this, I'm going to start out by doing, as I normally do, just some thought writing about it, really, and go from there. So, yeah. Cool. Just wanted to make sure the sound was not exploding and the like. So, here we go. With just some thought writing and the like. you started making a chorus for the prompt. Nice. Funny, I'm hearing it more on this one more on piano than I am on guitar. Neighborhood maybe, but I'm kind of getting ahead of myself in that regard. I also just gotta really wrap my head around this. Because if I'm being honest, it's an interesting idea. I don't know if I fully have enough to wrap my head around at this specific moment to really commit to it. What I have written for Right on Time at the moment is, I'm not always the best at scheduling my day or planning ahead, but whenever I'm in trouble or over my head, you always seem to be right on time. Like Gandalf in the Two Towers, it's like magic, you know these things. Oftentimes, I'm out of sync with the world around me, like a beat/step behind. It's all too easy to stay out of sync, but nothing ever gets done there, so I gotta get my head out of the sand, take my blinders off in order to pay attention to the world around me. To wake the fuck up, as it were. Don't go sleeping on what's important and let it get away. You gotta stay right on time. Like, there's definitely an idea there. I guess it's a question of, do I want to pull the trigger on it? No, you're good. You do you. You do you. I'm doing the stereotypical being quiet because sometimes you can talk through your thoughts and sometimes you just gotta sit here and do nothing and be quiet. It's just one of the parts of songwriting. So what I'm currently doing is going back through my list just to see if there are any other titles as well that stick out to me, because like could I write an idea out of any of these? Yes. Am I getting the mad itch at the moment to be like, I gotta write it? No. So I'm in this state of like lukewarmness of like, yeah, that could be something. I just, depends on where you're at on the day. Because, clearly the title, Right on Time, has gotten Alan an idea, and that's awesome. For the current moment for me, not so much, and that's okay. So I'm just... Yeah. So that's... Alan said, then I would say drop it and pick something else up. And that's why I'm scrolling back through my other song ideas. Well, not song ideas, song titles. And just, seeing if anything stands out. If it doesn't, then I can always go to We Create Now, which has always been a great source of song ideas and things and the like. Sometimes titles work, sometimes they don't. But, figured I'd change it up a little bit today. Feel free to send it to me. Your idea, Alan. I will be sure to take a look at it. Switch over my we'll zoom in a little bit and just scroll through. Let's say I'm gonna pick one in these 15. Right? Or it might be 16. either way, whatever. I'm gonna pick one from there, from the highlighted ones. So, mayhem vibes. Back to what I know. Shift gears. Tired frustrations. Back to baseline. Bragging rights. What's in store? My MVP. Need some space. Summer showers. World on pause. Remote control. Made with love. Backbone. Check. Oh boy. Oh man, I just had a goofy idea. It's very it's very sassy. For the idea of remote control, like the idea of somebody trying to push your buttons, like you can't control me. Might be goofy, might be dumb. That's okay. Might be cool. So, we'll see. Yeah, I guess, like, it's a question of, is it too angsty? I'm also just super getting in my own head at the moment. What have we learned, Myles? Come with some amount of prepared things beforehand, and I'm gonna take real far back. Yeah, well, I mean, like, it definitely is a good idea, and it sucks that the audio was messed up last time. Because it was a really great example of that. It's just, every Wednesday I try to be as creatively ready as I can. And you know, some days you are and some days you aren't, and I woke up this morning and I was like, whoa. Just super scatterbrained, and that happens. But that doesn't mean I'm not gonna put the full brunt of my creative ability into an idea. It's more of committing to one right now, and I know that looks like I'm spinning tires. I'm just gonna free write and see where that gets me. So. funny, where my brain is at, even just from writing, ties back into the right on time. So I don't know why I'm dancing around it. That's what I'm gonna go with. So there's one. So what I'm currently doing is outlining making a rough outline of a storyline, which so far, verse 1, the idea would be I feel out of sync and a step behind. For the chorus, the right on time, and just general ideas of like about the beat, taking work, feels good when you're on time. It's a very weird dance of having to be engaging, but at the same time, when I start messing with an idea, like full on putting blinders to the fact that I'm streaming, because then I'll get into my own head. It's one of those things of like, I know for a fact that I'm fighting the inner critic right now. At the same time, I know for a fact that I'm spinning my wheels. Like, I know for a fact I'm spinning my wheels right now. And I mean, that's okay. I mean, it happens. Because, like, I wrote above it of a lot of the time, I have no idea what I'm doing. It's a weird feeling the first time you realize this about your parents and how they're just making it up as they go. All I can hope to do is to try my best, and if I come up dry, that's okay. Tomorrow is just around that. And yeah, I mean, it kind of seems like, at least at the moment, as far as like starting an idea from scratch and just, you know, spinning a roulette wheel and seeing what I end up on, I mean, it isn't the method today, and I mean, that's okay. I guess what it comes down to is it a question of calling it early, or actually, you know what, I will do one thing and go from there, because I'm looking at old things that I made and seeing if they're ready to be harvested, kind of like if you plant vegetables or something of that nature, if they're ready to harvest. So what I will do is this is an exercise that I do, and it's related to that Excel sheet of titles, is I'm going to come up with 20 song titles, and if any of them are immediately interesting, then I'll try and experiment with it. But if none of them really speak to me in the moment, which is it could happen, then cutting our losses isn't the right word, because writing is not a battle that is won or lost. It's more just, you know, some days are easier than others and some days are harder than others, and today just happens to be one of those days where it's a bit harder, and that's not for lack of trying. But I'm gonna stop rambling and go ahead and do 20 song titles. Okay, so the 20 song, the 20 titles I came up with is One of Those Days, Tape It Up, Time to Go, Keys to the Kingdom, Showered in Joy, Moment to Moment, Chatbox, Golden One, Recharge, Sweaty Hands, Construction Heart, Purple Sky, Lighter, Now Verse Then, Pens, Paper Cup, Buzzer, Switch It Up, Dog Cuddles, It's About Time. Might have something. Yeah, well, again, it's less of that and more of just giving yourself permission to write ridiculous stuff, even if it doesn't ever become anything. That's something that I always try to outsmart myself in my own writing. Not so much outsmart, but outpace the critic. One of those days I've been high, out to sing, but what would that be? Just one of those days. one of those days I sing. It doesn't go the way you want it. It goes the way all the days it sing. It's one of those days. One of those days. I mean, that could easily fucking become something like that. Come on, autofocus. There we go. And one last. It's one of those days, you know. I'll never gonna know. Behind. It's one of those days, start to step behind, when all I want is to be right on time, but I don't wait for more, Just one of those days, I'm out to sing, go and try my best, but don't succeed. Tomorrow's another day. I don't know. I guess the question of, is that too mopey? It's just one of those days. Sometimes you need the money songs. It's one of those days. Start a step behind when all I want is right on It's one of those days. Start a step behind. Yeah, because, I mean, this is effectively a line, and this is effectively a line. Is one of those days start a step behind. When all I want is to be right on time, but I right on time, but I find myself out of say, the day, golden time, It's one of those days. Start a step behind when all I want is to be right on time. But I can't keep up, no matter how hard I try. It's one of those days, start a step behind, when all I want is to be right on time, but I can't seem keep up. I can't seem to keep up. But of those days living, trying all the chip. It's one of those days, oh Lord, I tried. I'll take my curtain call, take my curtain call and bow good night. Tomorrow is one of the days, Lord, I tried. one of those days, Lord, I tried. Tried to start ahead, still behind. Part of it all, my whole. I want the major there. That's what I want. One of those days, to start a step behind. But I'll take a curtain call about good night. It's one of those days, curtain. It's one of those days, take my curtain call about good night, and tomorrow comes and round, rain tomorrow. It's one of those days. Curtain call. I literally just did a thing. It's one of those days. It's one of those days. A curtain call about good night. About a curtain call for tomorrow. Try again. Basically, the idea of I'm bowing out on today in hopes that tomorrow's a better one. One of those days for my curtain call. It's about tomorrow. Yeah, it's definitely one of those situations of where your brain is a potato at the end of the day. Um, like there is without question an idea here. Um, of just one of those you get to, and I explored it a little bit in Mockingbird, but in a different way of like, can you help me with my troubles for a bit? This one's like, you gave it everything you got, man. Just like cut your losses and just like come come at it with a clear head tomorrow. That's kind of what this one is. And honestly, I might need to take the words on my page's advice and just take my curtain call for this evening, because it's one of those, definitely I'm spinning my wheels at the moment. Um, but even in my potato brain state, I can tell there is a thing there. um, so it it's not at this point it's not a question of like, do I have an idea. It's a I definitely have an idea. It's the I don't have the brain power at the moment to do it, which is better than me saying screw it like half an hour ago. So it it's definitely one of those, you got to fight through the urge to say, oh man, I'm spinning here and I got nothing, and just I should just call it here. And I'm referring, and obviously that sounds kind of similar to at this moment, but I am referring specifically to half an hour ago. A lot of internal conversation in that way. The difference is I have an actual idea, and so I feel a little bit better. Um, and this one will probably end up being just posting another video and uploading what I come up with and updating for next week. But definitely for next Wednesday, I will be sure to, as opposed to starting from complete scratch with an idea, to, like last week for Rainbow Leaves, come to the live stream with a more established idea. Because, like I said in the first one, I am a little bit rusty as far as writing goes, just because I've been focusing on the production side and marketing and promotion side of an EP for the past 6 months. It's one of the things of being your own independent artist. You have to wear every hat. It just comes with the territory. But in the meantime, oh, and I didn't even realize the music went out. I apologize for that. In the meantime, though, I'm going to go ahead and call it there. So, thank you so much for joining in on this live stream and coming up with some ideas, doing some warm-ups, and just going through some of my old motions and things of that nature. And in the meantime, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week and look forward to seeing you next time. All right. Love you all very much, and I'll catch you later.